Hey there, welcome to Bot E. My name is Rohit. Today we are going to discuss about Poco X6 5G. At first glance, it seems like a solid contender in the mid-range market, boasting features like Snapdragon 7S Gen 2, 120Hz refresh rate and fast charging. But the question is, can it deliver where it really counts? Let's find out. Let's start with the design. The back panel is made up of polycarbonate with a glossy finish that picks up the fingerprints pretty easily. So using a case is highly recommended. At around 190 grams, it feels sturdy but not overly heavy. The triple camera setup in the back is placed in a rectangular module. However, with this camera bump, we have a little wobble on the flat surface. And on the side we get a power button along with the volume rockers, and on the top we get a good old 3.5mm jack and a speaker along with mic, and we also get a IR blaster with it, and we also get a SIM tray at the bottom and with a mic and also a speaker with Type-C charging support. It supports 67-watt charger we get along with the box. Now one of the highlights of Poco X6 5G has to be its display, because we are looking at 6.67-inch 1.5K AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. Scrolling, swiping and gaming all feels smooth thanks to that high refresh rate. It got a peak brightness of 1200 nits, which means it is perfectly usable outside even under direct sunlight. I watched a couple of videos and played some games outdoor, and the visuals are impressive for most of the part, but there is a slight dip in the color accuracy when you view the display at extreme angles. And under the hood, Poco has packed with the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 processor. Now this chip promises an improved performance, especially when it comes to battery efficiency and gaming. I ran multiple apps simultaneously and there was no noticeable lag in between them, and even games like Call of Duty Mobile performed really well. At some times I had felt the frame drops, but however it is very negligible. And benchmark like Geekbench written some decent scores for this price range. Though it's not a flagship killer, but it's more than enough for casual gaming, multitasking and day-to-day usage. Now let's talk about the cameras. On paper, Poco X6 has 64 megapixel primary camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro camera. Sounds great, right? But when it comes to real-world performance, well, it leaves a lot to be desired. In good light conditions, the primary sensor captures a decent shots with okayish details and contrast. However, the color often seems a little dull and there is a noticeable grain even in well lit up conditions. The dynamic range is also pretty limited on this camera, and it struggles to balance the highlights and shadows in the outdoor conditions. And coming to the 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, it has done an average job in it. The field of view is wide enough, but however the corners of the photos tend to be softened. The 2 megapixel macro camera is there more as a marketing point. It's difficult to get a clear and detailed close-up shots in it unless the light is perfect. And as for low light performance, it has the night mode, but to be honest, it's not great. I have captured some photos in night mode, but those were noisy and lacked the details. And I said earlier, don't expect much from the cameras in this phone. Moving on to the software, the Poco X6 runs on Xiaomi HyperOS and Android 14. You get some useful customization, but with also the same bloatware you get from the MIUI. But the good news is you can uninstall most of the pre-installed applications. The battery life, on the other hand, it gets a 5000 mAh battery that easily lasts through a day with a moderate use. That includes browsing, social media and streaming and some occasional gaming. And with 67-watt fast charging, you can top up your battery from 0 to 50% in just under 30 minutes, which is very convenient. But the real question is, should you consider the Poco X6 5G? For those of you who are looking for a phone with a stunning display, smooth performance and a long battery life, this could be a good option, especially under 20,000. The Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 does a good job keeping things smooth for everyday use. But however, if cameras are important to you, this phone falls short. The image quality isn't up to the par, especially in low light situations, and the macro lens is more of a gimmick than a useful feature. Ultimately, if performance and display are your top priorities and you can live with an average camera setup, the Poco X6 might still be worth considering. And that's it for today's review. Let me know in the comment section whether you buy this Poco X6 5G under 20,000, and also hit the like button if you found this video helpful for you, and don't forget to subscribe for more tech reviews. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.